What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Harrison here. Today we are doing something I haven't done in almost 10 years since I was in college, making short films and doing all sorts of crazy stuff to get it done. I am using a sewing machine. Yeah, I don't even remember where to begin, how to begin, what to do. So let's kind of jump in together. I have a couple projects in mind that I really want to tackle. One being a costume for a Mandalorian suit that I'm working on. I still haven't decided if I'm going full on Boba Fett or if I'm making my own sort of character. But I really wanted to start getting comfortable again sewing and using the machine. Luckily, my girlfriend had one in the garage that was not being used whatsoever. So I figured, why let it collect dust? So, what I'm going to do, we're not making anything today. Uh, I feel like that would be a huge mistake and probably a waste of time. So, I have an old bed sheet behind me that can no longer be used. So, I figured let's cut it into strips, into pieces, and kind of make something with it. I don't know. Really, just practice is what it is. It's going to be a lot of practice, and we'll see where that gets us. I don't remember anything. Truthfully, I don't remember anything about sewing or using the sewing machine. I know how to embroider, and that's where the sewing stops and starts, at least for now. I don't know. Do you have to thread the needle here? I don't. I couldn't tell you. All I know is I have some yarn, and it looks like I can't even remember what the stuff is called. There's there's like a little thing inside the underneath. I can't remember what it's called. People are shouting at me. I know. Let's dive into it. I might need to look up some tutorials first just to make sure. I don't remember how to run the thread through. I definitely need to look up a video on that. I don't want to mess anything up, so I really want to take this seriously and not just something I'm gonna just wing. That's how you ruin your things. So let's dive on in, shall we?
A few moments later.
Okay, I got the sewing machine threaded. I did have to look up a video. I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot. I got it. It made so much sense, and I'm like, holy crap, why didn't I just figure that out myself? But I'm glad I looked it up because now I know how to do it. Anyway, I got this sheet. You can see why it is no longer in the rotation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut a strip out of this, and then we're gonna play around on the machine, test out the foot pedals, test out some different things, techniques, little sewing tricks. One day I'll work up to something quite as cool as this stretchiness. But yeah, we're just gonna cut a chunk out of this and play around, have some fun. For a second I was worried about ruining it, but there's a hole, so who cares? Let's get a straight edge. Because it doesn't really matter. I just want something like nice and square to play around with, and maybe I'll cut two pieces out of this thing. But okay, got my little fabric cutter. If you're gonna cut fabric, if you're gonna cut anything, use an X-Acto knife, any type of a blade on a surface. Make sure you get one of these rubber mats. They'll protect your desk. I can't tell you how many times I've cut into wood desks or glass desks, you know, trying to cut a piece of paper or something, and I've just scraped the crap out of the desk. Get a mat. They're like $10, or get like a piece of cardboard, something. Protect your stuff. You'll thank me in the long run. Anyway, let's get to it. Making a cut. Oh yeah, that's so satisfying. I don't know why. Holy crap. There's almost like this like heart palpitation that I'm having cutting into my sheets. Somewhere my mom and my grandmother are yelling at me for cutting into sheets. But hey, I'm sure my grandmother would have taken this sheet with the hole in it and turned it into something else anyway. So she can't blame me, right? Holy crap. This is horrible. What even is that? that looks like a fur pelt. Like, how did I... You guys saw me. I used the ruler. How did I... How did I even get that? And where did this come from? Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm I'm just gonna cut a chunk out. So I'll keep that. I'm definitely gonna use that. What the heck? Look, that's crazy. All right, screw it. I'm like worried about wasting material. Not about ruining the sheet. The sheet's already ruined, but I mean, I'm worried about using this for later as like, ow, fudge. I just cut myself. Wow. And all I did was tap that blade. Wow, this is sharp. I'm glad it retracts. I almost got one that stayed out, but after that, wow. Don't play with knives. Like, seriously, this is insane. Oh no, I'm bleeding over the fabric! Okay, I had to put a Band-Aid on. That just got out of control. It started bleeding like that. Bonkers. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I have my 2 pieces here. Let's put the safety on that guy and put it anywhere but here. Okay. We are back in business. I don't know if this has a light. I know the light that we're getting right now is from my desk light. I don't think this has a light. It would be awesome. Oh, it's got a light. Let me turn off my desk light just to see. It's nothing crazy. There's another section here. There we go. What happened? It was threaded. I freaking threaded it. I told you guys I threaded it. It must have came on thread. Okay, let's see if I can remember it. All right, so we got to go through the hook, down through the tensioner, up through here, back down, and then through the hook. And then, so while I was looking up this video, I found that not all sewing machines have these things, but this one does. And oh wait, why didn't it work? It's an automatic needle threader. So you have to hook it like that. Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. I'm at the machine I had in college did not have that. You had to like get in there and like squint. This game changer. Okay. So we got power. We have our test fabric. We got our needle raised up. Remember, I haven't done this in freaking years. Please bear with me. At the risk of stabbing myself 80 more times, I'm gonna get a needle. And I just want to just, make a straight line. So I'm gonna pin this. This is by no means going to be anything that's near the word perfect. I am just going off of what I learned in college, which I didn't take any formal training for. It's just what I picked up in film school, YouTube, and all that. So, why is my foot all the way down? I can't even get the, aha. There it is. Alrighty. Now we can lower the foot. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Okay. There's some good foot control on this. Some of them just rock it. So I'm glad. Oh, wow. What's happening? Do we not have a functioning sewing machine? That would not be cool. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's pull our first pin. Let's pull our second pin. And then, how do you reverse? Ah, backwards button. Okay. Pretty freaking horrible. This is why it's a test. Where are my little embroidery snippers? I don't want those to go far. Okay, I mean, truth be told, like, this could be worse. I don't know what happened here. There's like a... Oh, no, that's the tail. It's not straight, but again, I haven't done this in so long. It's a little hat. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm just going to kind of play around and move it around and kind of mess around with our different settings that we got here. And then see what's good with this. All right, so second attempt felt better. It just felt better because it's the second time now using the machine. However, this was a little bit more straight. Just the backward stitch did not so great. The backward stitch kind of went off on its own. I also don't know why they're so far apart, but I mean, it makes a pretty good hold, so I'm not mad about that. Let's snip that. I guess we're done with this. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing here is let's create some sort of a pouch. We have that first strip of fabric. I'll bring back my trusty finger cutter and the straight edge. Also, another thing about these mats is they have built-in rulers and guidelines. So I'm just gonna lay this down flat and follow this guideline here. Let's hold that down in place real nice and tight. Okay. Goodbye, you. Nice, got a straight edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pinning this so that we don't lose that. And we want to pin it a little deeper in than our edge so that we have a clean line. You can also put the pins on the outside. It's your preference. Listen, I'm not a sewing teacher. I'm not going to tell you what to do when it comes to sewing. I barely know, as I've stated in the beginning of this video. So if there's a technique that is better suited for you, go for it. If you want to learn how to properly sew, please do that. I'm not going to be making clothes for resale. I'm not going to be doing anything of that sort. So for me and my purposes, this is as good as it's going to get. Maybe one day I'll take the time to learn. I really just want to know the basics. So for me, this is good. So what I'm going to do this time is there are these built-in guidelines, rulers within the machine, and I will let the machine follow them. That way I can get as straight a line as possible. Let us get this lined up. Make sure we're on that. Lower the foot. Another thing that I usually forget is making sure that the fabric has enough clearance, like your... Ow! Are you kidding? I just stabbed the under of my thumb. Oh, forget it. I'm quitting. I keep getting stabbed by my own tools.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
What was I saying? All right. Make sure your foot has enough clearance of your needles. This one will have to be pulled, but that's fine. This one I just need there so I can keep the cloth together. Lower the foot. And did our needle get unthreaded again? Are you kidding? Now you can see this, what I was talking about with this automatic threader. It's pretty neat and nifty, if I don't say so myself. Except it didn't work. Got it. All right. And I'm going to try to go really nice and slow. And as you're learning, don't be afraid to stop and make sure that everything's lined up. I'm actually going to back up and make sure that's sealed, that stitch. All right, now let's move on. Pull this pin. And also, don't be afraid to guide your cloth. Like, keep it in line. Like, it's not going to stay there. You have to make it stay there. Reverse, reverse.
One hop this time. Reverse. Reverse.
All right. So let's go ahead and do the other side. The opposite side also has the same exact numbers. So you don't have to always have it on one end. Lower that foot. Reverse.
Reverse!
Let's carry on. All right, our moment of truth. Let's flip this guy inside out and see if we have indeed made a pouch. Look at that. A pouch. And if I wanted to, I could add a button or something, but wow. I'm actually very impressed by myself. This is awesome. And it's sturdy. It feels like a great strength. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm so shocked by myself. I haven't done this in a long time. I thought this was going to be way harder, way worse than it actually turned out to be. But I think that's a great lesson. Don't let skills or something that you're trying new or something that you're coming back to make you feel afraid. Like, if you have the skill, you have the desire to carry out that skill, go for it. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. If you have no idea what a sewing machine is, other than you know that it looks like this, but you have no idea how to operate one, go on YouTube. There are so many. There are hundreds upon hundreds of creators who probably have channels solely to cosplay making or pillow making or anything, something so specific, and you want to learn how to do that with a sewing machine. The people are out there to do that. I'm happy to make tutorials too. If there's something you want to see, something super specific, let's do it. Let's jump in this skill together. So I just want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey and refiguring out how to make stuff with sewing machines. I'm very excited that this was just sitting in the garage doing nothing, and I was like, hey, let's do something with it. So I brought it back to life, and I'm very happy because it gives me a lot of joy, and now I can get practicing and start working on my Mandalorian costume, whatever that may be. I will be making that on this channel and figuring out what that's going to look like all the way through from the design to finish. So please stick around for that. If you liked what you saw here today and found this helpful at all, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up because I cut my finger. Hit that bell notification so that you know when I upload new videos. I want to thank you again for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Later.
What happened?
I slipped on an ice cube and got covered in boo-boos.
Boo-boos, eh? I think you guys want that hospital.
Weenie Hut General!